At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Okay, let's jump into this. Our source material today, it's a bit unusual, no big reports, just, well, a list, a stack of search terms.
That's right. Raw keywords that people typed into search engines right after something happened.
And our mission really is to unpack this, to
Yeah.
see what this digital trail tells us about the event people were searching for, and maybe even more interesting, what it says about, what we need to know during a crisis.
And looking at this list, the core event becomes pretty clear, pretty fast. You see Air India crash, India plane crash, lots of Boeing 787, 787 Dreamliner.
Right.
It's obvious people were homing in on a specific Air India incident involving a Boeing 787. And look how specific Boeing 787-8, Boeing 787-Dreamliner. People knew the model.
That level of technical detail right away, that's something. So we have the what? Do the searches give us a clear where? Any locations popping up?
Oh, definitely. Very strong signals for India, obviously, with Air India. But it gets specific really quickly. Ahmedabad?
Ahmedabad, okay.
Yeah, Ahmedabad Airport, Air India plane crash, Ahmedabad. And even the state, Gujarat. It's like people needed that geographical anchor immediately.
Yeah.
Where did this happen?
Makes sense. Grounding the event, was there a specific flight number people latched onto?
Yes, I-171.
Yeah.
That shows up consistently. Sometimes I-171 with a space.
AI-171, got it.
But here's where it gets, I think, really revealing. Almost the instant people identify the flight and location, the searches pivot hard.
Pivot how?
To the human side. You see Air India survivors, India plane crash survivors, and then these really poignant ones. Sole survivor Air India.
Sole survivor. Wow.
Lone survivor Air India. One survivor Air India. That immediate, intense focus on survival, on individuals, it really underscores that deep need for information about human outcomes. Maybe even before the why or how.
That's powerful, seeking that human connection, even just through search terms. Okay, so beyond the survivors, I do see some other maybe more technical or operational searches here. What about those?
Right. After that initial focus, you see searches like Mayday call meaning. People wanting to understand the distress signal.
Okay, so trying to grasp the sequence of events.
Exactly. Or flight radar, looking for tracking information, the plane's last known position. And I-171 flight status, just trying to get official updates. It's like trying to piece together the mechanics of the tragedy.
So you go from the human impact straight to the what went wrong mechanics. Interesting flow. And connecting this outwards, what else do these searches show about the ripple effects?
This is also quite insightful. The searches expand really fast. People immediately start looking at the companies involved. Boeing stock, BA stock, that's Boeing's ticker.
Ah, the financial angle.
Yeah, and Air India stock.
Yeah.
So tragedy translates quickly into economic questions. Then you see names appearing.
Names, like passengers.
Not just passengers, but officials, people connected. Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani plane crash. People want to know who's in charge, who's responding.
Okay, the leadership connection.
And others like Campbell Wilson, who was linked to Air India leadership. Pratik Joshi. It shows a need to put faces to the event, understand the official side.
Right.
And even broader searches like BJ Medical College, perhaps, where victims were taken, or even Indigo, another airline. It shows how people perceive the connections, how one event touches government, business, other institutions.
So if you step back and look at all these keywords together, from identifying the plane, the place, the flight, then that intense focus on survivors, then the technical questions, and finally, the wider economic and political ripples. It's almost like a map of public concern in real time, isn't it?
Precisely. It's a fascinating snapshot of how collective attention works during a shock. You see the priorities unfold through these simple search terms.
It really paints a picture of information seeking under pressure.
It does, and that leads to a final thought, something for you to chew on. Given this pattern, the immediate prioritization of human life, followed by this rapid expansion to economic and political spheres, what does this digital footprint tell us about how our first understanding of a major incident gets shaped? How much is it driven not just by news outlets, but by this collective, almost instinctive search for very specific types of information right from the outset?